Environment Day was instituted by the United Nations with the objective to minimize human interference on the environment. In 1974, the first Environment Day was held with the theme Only One Earth. Since 1974, the day has been celebrated every year with a specific environmental theme. World Environment Day will help students become aware of what we celebrate World Environment Day and what we do on that day. The environment is the most precious gift to humans on this planet. Today, we need to focus on the importance of the environment and remind ourselves that nature should not be taken for granted. World Environment Day is observed worldwide to respect and be grateful for everything that the environment has given to humans and to take a place to protect it. World Environment Day is celebrated on 5th June to raise awareness about the environment and prevent further damage caused by human activities. The day also reminds us of various measures and steps to be taken to protect our environment. Every one of us knows that global warming is the main cause that is impacting our environment. Thus, it's our duty to save and protect the environment. Mr. Vice Chairman, Sir, I rise to support the finance bill. I am conscious and aware of the limited authority of this House in respect of the money bills in which the finance bill is of the highest importance. In terms of Article 109, this House is entitled only to make recommendations to the Lok Sabha and it is left to the exclusive discretion of the Lok Sabha to decide and take such decisions as it wishes on these recommendations. Article 108 excludes discussion on the money bills completely from the purview of a joint session. Sir, whatever may have been the compelling reasons and grounds that may have commanded to the founding fathers of the Constitution while they limited the authority of this House in respect of the money bills after so much flow of water in the Yamuna in the last 50 years. A time has now come when it must be realized that in the federal polity or in the quasi-federal polity, the finances of the center have become exceedingly important for the states and the collection of the revenues of the center is by no means an uncomplicated process and the disbursement of these resources is by every standard complicated exercising larger participation and a larger authority for the states through this House in the financial matters. But sir, more about it at an appropriate time. I have voiced my opinion on this issue at this juncture because I thought that ultimately if we were to recommend anything to the Lok Sabha, the present bill have come from the Lok Sabha as it has very little for us to say in this matter. That is a very serious matter. Sir, I have gone through the criticisms which has been leveled on the finance bill. Having read the debates in the Lok Sabha and having carefully listened to the criticisms outside Parliament, I am inclined to consider that there are quite a few chronic critics of all the measures which my party may evolve in all the finance bills and the budgets. And these are such critics as have in fact not yet reconciled to our basic economic philosophy and do not share with us our belief and faith in the mixed economy. To us, a mixed economy is the very basis and foundation of our economic system. In fact, the concept of a mixed economy was well conceived by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Madam Deputy Chairman, I am glad that the 7th annual report of the National Small Industries Corporation Limited has been taken up for discussion today. I am one of those who sincerely believe that small industries has to occupy a paramount position in our economy. I do not believe that it has to play a very vital and dynamic role in our economic growth and development. Some time passed when this matter was debated to my motion, I made certain observations. The honorable members was good enough to reply to some of the points raised by me. Except the reply I heard on the occasion, nothing seems to have been done in regard to the various matters which inhibit the growth and development of the small sector. Madam, our country is a country of small people, small traders, small entrepreneurs, which much resources at their command, and a country which requires a very large effort to absorb the unemployed men and women, and we all agree that the small units provide a large scope of employing the unemployed. Government has been professing all along that it believes, as we do here, in the development of the small scale sector. I wish the professions would come true, but unfortunately I find that not so much of fervor is exhibited in implementing professions that they have been making off and on. At the outset, I have to point out that there seems to be no appreciations or understanding of the nature of small units. I say this because small units have been mistakenly conceived as units manufacturing only small items. I am afraid this conception is wrong, and small units are in a way large units in miniature. They can manufacture all the items that the large units can manufacture. Small units are small because investment is small. Machines employed are very few, but all the products of large industry can be very well be manufactured by small units, and thus the small scale industries cannot be termed small in the sense we regard cottage industries or village industries. So this conception has to be clearly understood whenever we deal with small industries. Now What are the problems besetting the small scale industries? Some attempts were made in the past, perhaps even by the National Small Industries Corporation, to remove the bottlenecks which were there. Steps have been taken to streamline the procedure.